Good morning, my friends, and welcome back to my channel. It's Belinda here from Visualised NZ, back with another Deal It Up challenge, and we are so close to finishing our deck of 52 cards. So amazing. We may take a little break over Christmas. I am not entirely 100% sure, but just stay tuned. You know, whatever happens, happens, and whatever doesn't, well, it doesn't. I'm not going to stress too much about it, because it's a busy time of year for everybody, isn't it? Okay, so let's get into pulling the prompts for this week. So let's go the bottom one. Bottom one for a change. Shall we reveal it? Yes, we will show the cards as we pull them. So first creative prompt, book page text. Always one of my favourites. It helps to whittle down the vast quantity of book pages I have at my disposal. And it's fun, absolutely just so much fun to have so many to use, to choose from. Although I can only keep a few around my desk, so I tend to pull from the same ones all the time until I go like, oh, I need a change, and then I'll switch some out and bring some new ones through, just if I get a bit bored. But I haven't hit the boredom note yet with my current selection, so let's just go the bottom one again. Scrapbook paper. So we've got two types of paper. That's, I think, quite unusual for our prompts, that we end up with two paper prompts. But that's all good. That's why I like the randomness. It's like you never know what you're going to get. Okay, so this one I'm going to go the bottom again. Like, let's stick with the theme. Grungy. Ooh, okay. Grungy. Right, so that's our three creative prompts. Now we'll do alternative make if you don't want to do the faux playing card. You don't have to do the whole series of 52. Absolutely do not, if you just want to do one here and there. So if you're joining for the first time and you're like, oh, well, it's almost ended, you know, there's no point. No, just go ahead. Do your faux playing card. Doesn't matter if it's a one-off. It's essentially a journaling card that's just made to look like a faux playing card. So don't be put off by that. Right, let's go with the bottom one again. And it is envelope. So that's your alternative make. And you could either take an envelope and use these prompts to decorate it, or switch it up, or you could make an envelope to these prompts. So, right. Oh dear, shuffling two cards. What one's it going to be? I wonder, 50-50 chance here. Which one? And we're going to take the one in my left hand. 7 of hearts. It is. Okay, so that's our prompts. This is our faux playing card, and that's where I'm starting. So I've got a bunch of these cut ready, and we've only got 3 more, including today, that we need to do. So I'm going to have spares. I'm looking at using a different size for the next thing I have planned. Right, first off, enough jibber-jabbing. Let's stencil up the back, as is my go-to. Stenciling is not part of the prompts, it's just how I like to jazz up the back of our faux playing card a little bit, or the front, actually, the writing side. So going with green, I pre-chose green, and my little handmade stencil here. Just gonna dot some around here and there. Just make it fun. So I hope you all had a brilliant weekend. We had a fairly quiet one, I would say. Yes, we did. We did go out briefly to the local $2 shop. I still call it a $2 shop. There's no such thing these days as a $2 shop. But our local cheap imported from China shop, shall we say, because hubby had wanted a few art supplies, so that was fine. Got a couple of things for him. Went a quick whip around the supermarket because it's right next door, and that was the extent of our Saturday. Otherwise it was just spent, I was busy crafting, hubby did a bit of crafting or art, which is super exciting because he hasn't done any art for quite a while, because you know he gets busy, he's busy at work, works hard, and then he's just really tired in the evening. So really love it when he does feel like doing a bit of something creative. Right, so 7 for the 7 of hearts and our red ink. Which way? Don't think it really matters. I've ended up with the heaviest concentration in the corners where I'm stamping, so that's okay. So stamp our 7. Oh, and I missed a bit, but that's okay. It's fine. Let's see if we can get a better one on this end. This just adds a bit of personality in my view. It's still readable. It's kind of, we're going for grungy. One of the prompts is grungy. Not that this side has to be grungy, but grungy is a prompt. So, you know, that's all good in my book. To have a little bit missing off the stamp. It would bother me more if like you couldn't tell what it was, or if it just looked messy, not cool. I think that looks cool in my world. Right, I'm just going to pop these stamps away in their holder and grab out my heart. My heart stamp, not my, you know, boom 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 heart. It's very much still inside my body. And I say the most ridiculous things. If you're new here, get used to it. I say the dumbest things sometimes. Because of course you all knew I didn't mean I was going to rip my own heart out of my body. That's just, 1, gory, 2, counterproductive to actually doing the challenge. Okay. Anyway, enough of that nonsense. Right, so that's the back of the card done. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Where's my bag? I'll just put these away in the bag so I don't lose any. Okay, and let's flip it over, and it's time to work on the side, the creative side. So book page text. Let's grab out my scrap bag of text. And I don't actually have a bag for scrapbook paper scraps. I wonder if I can find some in this. Oh, I see one right on top there. That's a bit of scrapbook paper. Sorry, it's probably glaring. So that's scrapbook paper. Is there any other scrapbook paper in here? I'm sure there is. But can I find it? There's a bit that's quite thick though. That one we used in this challenge not that long ago. But it's definitely scrapbook paper, as is that. Still hunting here, guys. Sorry, I'm off camera. That is scrapbook paper. That isn't. So leave that in there. And that is scrapbook paper, and that. Okay, I think we've got enough to work with. Right, none of these really say grungy to me at all. I'm going to put this one back because it is quite a bit thicker. This is probably edging towards the grunge just because it's a darker colour, not because it's in any way, shape or form actually grungy. But we can make it work. We just need to work a little bit harder. This one I'm going to actually put back as well. No, it's just not working for me. on this, and I think I'm going to put that one back too. So you think I'm nuts grabbing all this stuff out and then straight away putting some of it back. Right, do I want my first layer to be book page text? No, I'm going to collage my back with scrapbook paper first. So we'll put the book page text to the side. I definitely want a piece of this because I think this is my most grungiest option I have. And I want to dirty up the edges. Just trying to find my ground espresso. I suppose I need my applicator. Switch out from the aged mahogany. Oh, I really think I need to get a new one for that. That's it's leaving half of it behind on the Velcro. This one's probably getting close to needing replaced as well, actually. But it will do another day or two, I'm sure. Oh, get the lid off. Right, so I'm not sure what's going to be covered or what's not going to be covered, so I'm going to do the inside edges just in case they show, and then I won't do the outside, until I've trimmed everything down. So that nice white edge is now grungied up. None of this will probably end up showing because it's going to be a bottom layer, but oh well. That's how it goes. I'd prefer to ink it and have it covered than not ink it thinking it's not going to be covered, and then it's like, oh, there's an edge there and it's not inked and it's different to all the rest now, but it's too late, you can't do anything about it. So I'd prefer just to take a few seconds and do it, ink it, just to be on the safe side. Alright, too far over. Just trying to line it up on the edge so I have less trimming to do. I'm really liking this and this together, and maybe this. Not sure I'll use that yellow. If you want to straighten that. Give that a little bit of a edge. Right, do that underneath. Yep, so I'm just gonna these little ink pads, they're very hard to take the lid off with just 2 fingers when you're holding something in the other fingers. I've just discovered that. So I think I want like a little chink out of this as well, because we're going for grungy, so we need a bit of extra distress going on. I'm being very rough because when you're going grungy, it pays to go all out, doesn't it? Kind of a crease in there. And again, this detail, some of it, if not all, could end up covered, but that's okay. Yep, that's making me happy so far. Just gluing off to the side. take another chink out of there. Whoops, stick into my gluey fingers. Doing some creases and inking them up to make them stand out, make them a little bit grungier. It's fun to do. And maybe we'll do a little fold. So rather than tearing out the piece of paper, we're just folding it back on itself. Just put it on my glue page, I think it's a little bit easier. Okay. And just going to put a little bit of glue under that with that I folded back. Whoops, not that much glue. Right. So kind of glue that down. Ooh, I'm really digging this. Really digging it. Right, so we need to do don't want to go over top of where I took that piece out there. It's quite fun taking little pieces out of a piece of paper. I'm not very talkative today, am I? I don't know that I've got a lot to say, to be honest. It's like, what's going on? It's getting really close to Christmas, as we're all very aware of, aren't we? Things are getting busy already. We've got a lot of events coming up. We are away for a night in about 2 weeks' time, I think, for hubby's work do. So we're staying away at a resort for the night. So that'll be fun. So it's coming very close now. And then we've got, what else have we got? We've got, oh, we're away on holiday for a week. So that's going to be fun as well. And then we've got a meal to go to for hubby's parents' church. They have an end of year do, just a meal out at a restaurant every year at Christmas time. So we're always invited to that. So we're going to that, and hubby's very kind parents are paying for us to go. So that's really nice. And it's on a weeknight. So it's Thursday night, which is the same day as hubby's Secret Santa is, which I also participate in. So we've got Secret Santa during the day, he's working, and then we've got to go all the way up to his parents' place for their church Christmas dinner. So it's going to be a busy day. What else is happening? I'm sure there's a couple of other littler things going on, but I'm sure there will be more things pop up between now and Christmas Day, as there always is. I guess one of the great benefits of having a holiday right before Christmas is that, you know, there's certain things you just can't go to, and there's a few things on in that week we're away, one of which I would like to go to, but we won't be here, so can't, and that's the community dinner for Christmas. It was so fun last year. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was just beautiful, but we're going to be away, so won't be at that one this year, which is a shame. It was just so much fun, you know, dressing up and serving people special treats and having Christmas presents for them to choose from. Really, really lovely. So yeah, shame that we won't be at that this year, but maybe next year. Okay, so I've just whipped around and trimmed off the excess paper. So I'm going to ink right around, because this is part of grunge, is adding some dark ink. So today it's actually part of the prompt. Good time to get out your ink if you're not typically an inker. This is a good day to do it. Good day to grab out your ink and just have some fun with it. So I'm going quite heavy. And a nice dark edge on that. So how are your December plans shaping up? Have you got a whole list of things on your plate already? Or are you kind of a bit like me, and that some things are on there, but you know there's probably going to be a few more pop up. Right. I almost wish I didn't need to add anything else, because I really, really love that. I think that is really fun. But we need to add stuff, because we need to add book page text. So book page text, you could use sheet music, because sheet music does come in a booklet form, but I'm thinking I'll go with actual book page text. Thinking I want something fairly kind of darkish. If I can find such a thing. That's quite old, and it's this is out of the Maori book that Lydia gave me, and it's got some lovely marks on it, and that speaks of grunge, so that could be a really, really nice option. Of course, I don't want to take off that edge that has yumminess. Now, which side do I want to use? And how much do I want to use? I need to choose oh, I like this as well, where it was torn out the book. Kind of thinking I'm struggling, because I don't want to lose the detail, but I don't want to cover over my distressed bit there. No, I'm going to have to sacrifice something. It's becoming clear. Can't have it all. I just have to take that little bit off there. Right, I'm going to grunge this up as well. Got to be very careful. It's very soft paper. It's quite thick paper, but it's very soft. So it would tear very, very easily if I was too rough. Oops, and I just did tear it a little bit, which is okay given that the prompt includes grunge. Like, if it gets a bit bent up, it's okay. It's okay. It'll be box of fluffies. Now this edge is naturally dark, so I'm going to leave that. I'm not going to add ink to that natural grime of the old book, because it does not need it. So we haven't got a lot of text on there, have we? I'm also thinking I'm going to use tacky glue for this. We might put a bit more on, add a bit more book page text. But this qualifies. It is book page text, even though it's only a little bit. It certainly still meets the prompt. So I've got an exciting event coming up this week. I'm not sure exactly when. I suggested Monday afternoon. But I haven't heard back as to whether that's when it's going to be or not. But one of the small local schools the junior class have collected food items to donate to the food bank, and my counterpart and myself been invited to go along and receive the donation from the children. And I think that's going to be so cute and adorable and just like really, really lovely. So I was really thrilled to ask to be, you know, to go along. I did end up just putting a tiny little bit there. Right. Just wondering if we can put like a little something somewhere. I see I've made myself a problem, and that the little bits that I've taken out I don't want to cover up because I love them. Maybe we just need to take, no, I don't like the shape of that. Let's try again. Got to be careful, some of this text is talking about stuff that I don't want on my... Oh, I like that. Yeah, I think I can disguise the bits that I'm not liking the talk. It's a very part of the book that talks about the gods, the Maori gods, and the underworld and things like that. It's not happy thoughts, let's say that, not happy words. I think I can disguise the one word on this that I think is a little bit towards that, and the rest should be fine because it's, you know, just a snippet. Just a wee snippet it is. Now, focal image. I have no idea right now what I'm going to put on this as a focal image. I'm thinking grungy. What can I put on that sort of lends itself? Not that it has to, but it's kind of where my thinking is going. Now, do we need a third bit of book page text? We could just do a little something. Yeah, let's put that there. I'm tearing this because I'm being really super rough. Oh, I'm feeling quite warm now too. We actually lit the fire first thing this morning, and it was a beautiful day, but I washed my hair, so, you know, I don't want to catch a chill by having wet hair in the cold. And then we just let it go out when we went out this morning. But sitting here right now, I'm just like, oh, I'm feeling a bit toasty. I wonder why. Here we go, just a fun little snippet. Okay, liking that. That's all fun. Gather up my little fragments of paper there, pop them up the top. Right, I need something on it. What am I going to put on it, my friends? I'm a bit at a loss at the moment. Thinking, what have I got in my stash that's to hand? Not much in there. This does not say grungy to me. Not at all. Again, I don't want to cover anything up really. That's my problem. Key, we used a key recently, so probably, no, that's not making me happy either. Here's the bird cage just on white paper. Oops. Fingers and thumbs. No, it's too small. Way too small. What about... oops, avalanche, or craft-a-lunch I should say. Got a mess behind me to pick up now after the video. Won't worry about it right now. This is a collection of bits from Digitals that are no longer, the person who sold these went out of selling on Etsy, and she had a big sale before she, I assume it was a she, closed her shop down. So I bought up a few kits because they were really affordable. So I'm not going to tell you who it was because she no longer sells on Etsy. That size wise is not too bad, and it's a whole blend of things here. There's books, there's owls, there's birds, mushrooms, a bit small. Just thought maybe in this there might be, I think they're all a bit small actually, so maybe my birds. The birds I've cut out of bird books, like this one with the insect in its beak. Bit big I think. See, I'm going to end up covering a lot. I don't want to cover everything. That actually works. That's what I'm going to use. Now I don't want to ink around it, I don't think. So that's going to leave our most of our chinks. We're going to lose this one, but we're going to retain this one and this one. So I can live with that, I think. And I'm just going to glue it up and pop it down. Because when you get these prompts, not everything has to meet the prompt. So you could just do a grungy background and then have something bright and colourful on top. Or you could do the whole thing grungy. Now it's up to you how you interpret the prompts. Take them wherever you like, because it's all about inspiration. It's not about you have to do it this way. It's about what does it inspire in your brain, and sometimes that's really difficult. I will acknowledge that. Sometimes you're like, I don't know what to do. Just kind of mull it over. Let it sort of sift around in your head. Sometimes you need to jump in and just start and it will come to you. Just, you will know you best and how you work, and whether you need to sit and think or whether you are better just to start and see where it leads. Because whichever way you work is absolutely the way you should work. Whoops, that's not in the right place. So don't want to cover all of my fun little distressed bits. And I should have cut that out but forgot. So it's on there now. And maybe we can just kind of dirty that bit up a bit. Snip that little bit off. And just ink that little bit there. Yeah, definitely need a new pad for my ground espresso as well. It's getting quite worn. Okay, one other thing I think it needs is a label or a word, something like that. Trying to think what I do want, whether I want a label or a word, or maybe both even. I've got more things falling over behind me. It's very distracting. Let's try a little label. No, that's going to cover that over if I put that there. The colour's wrong. The colour is not making me happy. Too big. That's quite nice. I like that. Do I want a word as well? That's my faux stamps. I don't think I want one of those on this. I seem to be very dithery right now. What am I looking for? A word. Oh my gosh. My goodness, I couldn't even remember what I was looking for. Just thinking about a magazine word, one that I've harvested. Just don't want something too big. No, it's too big and too white. Although I could ink it up, but I like that. The colours work as well, because there's yellows and there's reds. So that's definitely the one visually. So let's just put, I'm not going to ink around this one, but I think I will ink around the word. Just because it's a little bit, I guess, shiny from the magazine paper. It just looks a little too new. This is very old map paper. It's map paper and it's also matte paper, whereas this is shiny magazine paper. So definitely just need a bit of grunge on it. Putting it up higher than what I wanted to, just to cover the word monsters. Yep. Because these birdies, these sweet birdies, they're not monsters. We don't want to label them as monsters, do we? Okay, so that is my card, the Seven of Hearts, done. A little bit bendy with all that glue and layers and things, but that is my card today. How are we going on time? I took so much time just doing this. Ridiculous. I was just all sorts of dithery today. So I haven't really got time to do an envelope unless I was just to grab a plain envelope. Have a little envelope here. Shall we try it? Shall we do just a little envelope? This time I'm going to go book page. I think I'm just going to go straight on there like that with it. Oops. Totally tearing it in the wrong place, but there we go. And I'm just going to use tacky glue. Sometimes these old papers, when they're soft, resist glue stick. It's like they're so dry because they're old and because of the quality of the paper that I don't know whether it's the glue stick soaks in and there's no stick left, or whether it just doesn't soak in and therefore it just lifts off your whatever you're trying to stick it to because the glue hasn't really grabbed it. I don't know which of the two it is, but I find it easier just to go with the tacky glue because I know it's going to stick and stay where I want it. rather than glue stick, which sometimes it just comes off. Right, I knew I hadn't torn that very well because it started tearing in where I didn't want it to. Also did not put it on straight. Can't see where I'm cutting if I've got little bits stuck to my scissors. Right, just making sure I've got it the right way up. Okay, so ink around it, give it some of that grunge, because it's already got some of the grunge from just that beautiful old book page. I don't think I want to cover all of the white at this stage anyway, whether I end up or not. Don't know. I'm just quite liking the contrast there. I think it's quite fun. We do need scrapbook paper though, don't we? And I'm going to go with this dark red because it's just gorgeous. So I think what I'm going to do is kind of have 3 straight edges and a torn edge. Oh, that's not straight, that book page. Doesn't matter, it'll be fine. And I think I want to give this more of a kind of shape like that. And I'm deliberately, actually that's upside down. Does it matter? Now I'm going to go with it upside down. I want the pointy bit at the top, not the bottom. That was quite a deliberate choice, but there's a wee bit of text there and it is upside down, but it's such a small bit. Like, we're just going to call that going with the grunge. I don't know if the ink's going to overly show on this paper, but oh yeah, it does, just as long as you put enough ink on. So I'm just going to do this very, very simply and very quickly, because we've already spent quite a bit of time on the faux playing card, more time than I think was warranted, but you know, it's one of those days. Put that right on the edge. So we've got grungy. It's not overly grungy, but it is grungy. In fact, I think I do want to add a bit, kind of a bit more of that, like that. So it is grungy. We do have scrapbook paper, we do have book page text, so now all I need really is some sort of focal point. I think I do want a label, so I'll grab the labels back. Looking for something that maybe leans towards the grunge. So I need it to maybe something like that. Fossicking, fossicking, fossicking. I actually quite like that for some reason. I don't know why. It's book page, stamped book page. It is white, or well, not white, it's sort of a creamy colour. Just wondering, do I want to like dirty up the front a little bit? Just a little bit. Why not? Just dull it down slightly, put that on, and then I think I want some focal image layered over top. It's all about layering. If you're not sure about something, if you're not sure whether it looks good or not, just try a few other options layered up, different positions. Just going to overlap that like so. And maybe another bird, do you think? Too small. Too small. Need something bigger, don't we? Too tall. Nope. Too big. We're going from too small to too big. No, too wide. Or what about you? Quite like you. Let's go with you. And just work out where I want you. Could chop off that branch. Or do I want it over that way? No, I think I want it over this way. So I'm just going to snip that off. Yep, that looks good. And glue it on. And then we are done. So I haven't done the other side of the envelope, but it might be glued down. It might be used as a tip-in with the flap, or I could just stencil the back, so it doesn't really matter. I'll deal with that when I come to use the envelope wherever I use it. Cool. So this side could be dealt with in a number of ways, but we have done the envelope. So you can make an envelope, or you can take a used envelope and turn it into your decorative piece, or a brand new envelope, which is what this was, and then just decorate it up, make it look grungy. I will, however, ink this side. Even if it's going to be glued down, I think I would rather ink it, because I might forget what ink I used, or yeah, don't know, I just want to ink the back, so I'm going to. There we go, done. So that is this week's Deal It Up challenge. So I made both items. I made our faux playing card, the 7 of hearts, so 7 of hearts there. So we've got book page text, we've got scrapbook paper, we've got grungy, and envelope faux playing card. So there we go. I hope you give it a go, guys. If you've never given it a go, just jump in, see what you come up with. There's no pressure. It's just fun. Get you kick-started for the week to get your creative brain in gear, or just to give you something to zone in on for half an hour. Give it a go, have some fun, and post it on social media if you would like to, and tag the Deal It Up challenge. So hashtag Deal It Up challenge. So I can find it and have a look at your beautiful work. Thanks for joining me. Take care, my friends, and I'll be back tomorrow with a Trash Craft Tuesday project. I hope to see you then. Bye for now.